All of you can hear me properly or not? Could you please reply? Not much. Okay, this is saying not much. Okay, I believe everybody is working, or maybe some people are not working also, but we every day in a day and day out we are using lots of data, correct? So we have to deal with lots of data in each and every time. Pranav, could you please switch off your video? Video is not required. So whenever we'll be dealing with lots of data in our daily life, we have to face lots of problems, as well as we have to understand the data properly, we have to analyze the data properly, and after that we're going to come up with the conclusions for the decisions making. So why data science is very much important nowadays? Because uh, right now data science in the booming market, because every company, every sectors, they're looking for the predictions properly, as well as how they're going to overcome the problems, and how in the future they're going to grow up in the future itself. So data science is all about the research and all about the decisions making. So each and every times we have to deal with lots of data, and for the data manipulations, data calculations, data maintenance, we have to know how we can do that. So data science is the platforms by which we can able to manipulate the data properly, analyze the data properly, and as well as we can able to predict our future as well. Okay, and we can able to do the conclusion, means we can able to find out the solutions of the business problems. So, what is data? If I ask you, it's a very easy question. If I ask you, what is data? So, who can give me the proper answer? What is data? Any idea? You can chat also, you can talk to me as well. Yes, data is a collections of raw informations. Exactly. Like suppose you, whenever we get the data, we mainly get the raw materials, means the raw information. There is a totally unstructured, unorganized data. There is no as such proper informations of that. So whenever we get the raw data, it's really not possible for us to check it properly, to understand it properly. So we have to know that how to make the data as informations. So how we can do that? Through the data analysis, through our data science programs, we can able to understand how we can manipulate the data, the raw data, and then you can transfer to the informations. Okay, so data science will be going to have the platform which is going to give us the platforms to do the entire transformations from the raw data to the information, and after that we'll be having much more other sectors as well which can help you for that our future predictions as well. Okay, so through the data science, what we have to know mainly, first things, suppose I'm working in a company and our client's company wants to me the predict of a sales. Okay, so suppose I like to see predictions of the sales. So how we can able to do that? So first of all, we have to analyze our past data, whatever happened in our past in the history. That's called the historical data. And as per the analysis, uh, There's lots of background noise are coming up. Could you please mute all of you?
Good reason. He's been conducting research on biochar for more than 10 years. He is a
Okay. So, first of all, we're going to analyze our past data, the historical data. And after that, we're going to do the analysis, and it's called predictive analytics. And after that, we're going to go for the prescriptive analytics, which means as per the predictions, whenever we're going to give any kind of prescriptions means whenever we're going to prescribe anything or recommend anything to the particular solutions of it. So three types of way we can able to go for the entire analytical part, and the data science will be helping us to do that. So in data science, we'll be having that we can do the mainly. It's if I go tell you what is in the one terms what is analytics, it's totally on this research and the statistics and the decisions making. So in data science, we'll be having like the some statistical package, some mathematical calculations, some scripted language, the predictive analytics, as well as after that we're going to know how we can do the recommendations part. So in data science, like in 2020, many companies, IBM only looking for million of data science peoples, because right now every company, as I mentioned, they like to know about their future growth, as well as they like to predict the future. So who can able to predict the future, who can able to understand the companies properly, and as well as they can make a decisions, the data science peoples can do that. So that's why the peoples jump into the data science platforms. They want to learn it for the future like future propositions, as well as the future prospect of the data science is very very high. And also it's not at all in a common the software development job. Okay, it's totally kind of different types of jobs. It's software development job which is more related to the project work, like you'll be getting the project, you'll be doing the developments. But this data science, it's not required on the project based work. It's that's why it's required for each and every sector. Like we think that whenever we go for any kind of data science engineering or data analytics, we have to deal with the data, we have to deal with lots of softwares. We think maybe these positions or this platform is only for technical or the software people. It's nothing like that. It's like since the data is required for each and every platforms, each and every departments need a data scientists or data analytical peoples, because from HR, from finance, from healthcare, from IT, from web, each and every sectors, the analysis is really required. Without the analysis, we're not able to do any kind of proper work. And obviously, if you're not able to do the proper work, you're not able to get the proper future predictions. And automatically, we're not going to get the proper means we're not able to get the take the proper decisions for the companies. Okay, so from each and every background, it's not mandatory that you have to come from the technical background only, or you have to come from the statistical background only. You can come from any kind of background. Yes, you have to bit of knowledge about the programming. It's not necessary also, but you have to have an idea that you like to work with the data. You like to play with the data. So as per that, if you have this kind of wish, this kind of determinations, you can easily cope up with these sectors and you can easily work on it. Okay. And I like to give the small example, like how what is data, as I mentioned, like you can go the different platforms. First of all, the business administration, the data analysis, this are the part of the data analysis, and data scientists, if you know about the machine learning, data product engineering, it's all about the data scientist. So what is the machine learning systems? If I ask you, any idea about the machine learning systems, anyone? It's related to the data science, machine learning, or artificial intelligence. Any kind of idea anyone is having? What you think about machine learning systems? Making tasks easier using pre-available data. Mhm. Machine learning says, see, if you use your common sense, like machine learning means everything will be done by the machines. You do not have to do. There is no such human or manual calculations over there. Correct. I like to give a small example, like suppose whenever everybody we are booking tickets like flight tickets, train tickets, everything. So suppose you go to a website, online site, you like to book the tickets. You book the flight tickets, and after booking the flight tickets, sometimes you can see one pop-up is coming up that you like to book a hotel as well. Like they give you some suggestions that whether you like to book a hotel on this particular area on this particular locations. So how that particular website understand that this person's booked a ticket, maybe he is looking for a hotel as well. It's totally because of that your behavior on your website. On a single click, the machines can able to understand that what the persons are looking for, and in future what the customers is like to do. So that's why they can easily analyze your activities in that particular website. They calculate the single click of it, analyze the data, and promptly to recommend you something about the hotel as well. So it's kind of machine learning and artificial languages. Like suppose when you go to online shopping, right? So different sectors is there for the different products, different sectors. Like we do have men's, women's, clothes sections, fashion sections, electronic appliances, other sectors as well. That suppose you like to buy one particular clothes, you go to that particular product, but sometimes you can see that lots of other products also coming up. Suppose you like to buy a shirt, maybe sometimes some jeans, some other products, some t-shirts is coming, some pop-up that you may interested in. So how they can understand? They can understand by the analyzing of your behavior on the website. They can understand that this person is searching for a men clothes, so she's searching for the shirts. Why don't you show us different other products? Maybe he'll be the interested. It's also a marketing strategy. So how the marketing strategy builds up, depends on that machine learning and artificial intelligence as well. So that's why that's important, and that's very lucrative to know about the data science and machine learning systems. Okay, so as I mentioned, it depends on the various platforms. It will be related to the various sectors as well, like from the banking, from the web data, from the social network. Every times whenever we go, it's all about depends on the data, and we require the data science peoples. Okay, so yeah, and guys, if you have any issues, any doubts, you like to have ask me any kind of questions, please unmute yourself, talk to me, or you can chat. Okay, so there's certain parts of the data science we have. It's as I mentioned that some statistics part, some software related part will be there, some mathematical calculations will be there. Okay, so that time it will be most important that what things you like to know about it. Okay, like there is a certain modules we are going to follow here. First of all, through advanced Excel also we can able to do the proper manipulations, proper analysis. Okay, also we can do through um, SQL. Mainly we're going to follow the main data analysis and data science softwares. It will be SAS, R, and Python. So SAS is called, it's called Statistical Analytical System Software. It's a particular analytical system softwares. And but right now it's not so much in the market because to do that particular SaaS means to get a SaaS license, you have to spend lots of money because it's not a open source program. Okay, so right now R and Python is very much booming in the market because that's an open source platform and is easy to learn. And through R and Python, lots of advanced data calculations and statistical methodology is there, so we can able to do that. Okay. So in our model, we're going to cover up all those things, SAS also, R also, and the Python also, so that you can have a hands-on experience on the analytical tools and the deep learning, machine learning tools, and you can able to do the proper work. Okay. And I have already explained that only IBM predicts the demand of data science skills 28% by 2020. Okay, because not only the IBM, every company wants to know about the proper proper uh, future growth, for future predictions. So that's why each and every companies are looking for a data scientist peoples. Okay, so the mainly data science, why? Because everybody is like to know about their future, right? Everybody is like to predict about their future. Okay, so through the data science, through the data analytics, what we can do, we can able to predict. Like suppose if I want to predict my sales of a company, so what, as I told, we have to go for the analysis and we can easily predict it. So there's lots of modeling parties there, how you can able to know it whenever you are into in depth in the data science platform, you can able to understand. Also, like through another model we do have by which you can able to forecast your sales for upcoming 3 years, upcoming 4 or 5 years. Okay, so that particular time we are can able to predict as well. Okay, so this kind of advanced technology we have so that you can easily predict and forecast about the particular future. Okay, so as I mentioned, SaaS is right now, it's not too much in that particular market right now, but R and Python is taking place. So that's why we're going to focus on R and Python maximum. Okay, so that we can able to give the proper idea on that particular sectors. Okay. So guys, any confusions, any doubts you have?
Hello.
Yes.
Means like for triple E people, how this data analytics all will be useful for us?
The electrical engineering sector you're talking about?
Yeah, electrical and electronic department. How this
Hmm.
will be useful for those people?
Okay. See, first of all, in electrical electronic sectors, like as I mentioned, okay, first tell me what's your specializations on that particular platforms, means on electrical
Means
sectors.
we are still studying and we are from second year of BTech in triple E department, and
Okay.
we learned languages like Python, C++, and data structures, and we are
Mm-hmm.
about to learn means we are halfway in learning Arduino IoT.
Okay. So Python, what kind of things you have learned?
Means like Python, we learned basics like lists, tuples, dictionaries, sets, and all.
Uh-huh.
We are now means like we started the reading Python 2 weeks back, so now we are in a position to just we are able to execute and compile programs in Python. We don't
Okay.
have in-depth knowledge, but we will be able to do programs while it comes to Python.
Okay. So in electronics, electrical sectors, like as I mentioned, like you have to deal with lots of electrical calculations, some minute data, right?
Yes.
So when you do that, suppose in electrical electronic sector, different types of department is there, correct? Like from
Yeah.
manufacturing, from productions, from design,
Huh.
from pre-productions, post-productions, all those departments will be interrelated, correct? So suppose one product
Okay.
is you trying to launch, and you have to analyze and whether the product is going to work it properly or not. Okay, so that time you have to deal with lots of data. Okay, you have to
Mm.
calculate lots of data, you have to analyze lots of data, and then only you can able to see the predictions. As I
Mm.
mentioned, for the future predictions, we go for the data science or data analytical sector. So we
Okay.
have to go and you have to check it how we can do that. Like
Mm.
since you are learning the Python itself, like through the Python, there is some advanced modeling part is there. Okay.
Okay.
So that on that advanced modeling part, what we can able to do, we can able to predict how the electronic sectors, that suppose this product is going to be okay for the market or not. Okay,
Okay.
or what kind of customers or what kind of companies they can accept this kind of products. Okay,
Okay.
so this way you can able to implement it.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Anyone having any other doubts? Okay, so how it's working, first of all, we have to go by data gathering. So data gathering means by name you can able to understand, you have to gather the data from different sources, and you have to gather the data, place the data properly. Two, why you have to gather the data? Because we have to predict it. So whenever we have to predict it, first of all, you have to gather the data properly. You have to analyze the historical data properly. So for the time taking its process, but you have to gather the data properly. Without the data, without the proper data, we're not able to predict it something. So now after gathering, when you got the data, then what you have to do? Then you have to prepare the data. Prepare the data means, so I believe some everybody heard about the terms of data cleaning, data formatting, data like manipulations part. So data cleaning, data formatting means what? Like suppose sometimes you'll be having the overlapping issues, some duplicate values will be there, some missing values will be there. So that thing, some outlier will be there. So that's things you have to correct it. Okay, you have to format the data properly. Why you have to do the format the data? So that you can able to do that particular manipulations properly, and as per that format you can able to predict the values properly. So that's why we go for the data preparations or data gathering part. Data after that data preparations part. Then the explorations. Explorations means what? Like you have to understand, like there is certain models is there. Certain models means uh, after that there is certain model we are going to follow uh, to understand the data properly. Means there is some plotting, graphing is there, some visualizations part is there. Okay, so by plotting and graphing, whenever you do the plots and graphs, lots of different plots and graphs you have to use. So by that you can visualize the data, that how much that particular data impact on that particular sectors. Okay, so as per that plotting, then we are going to go for the model building part. There is lots of model is there in our data science, data analytical, like linear regression, logistic regressions, time series, random forest, decision tree, cluster analysis, in machine learning system, NLP is there, neural network, lots of things is there. So as per different models, we can able to see the proper different predictions. So that things will be very much important. Okay. So when you learn about the entire data science programs, then you can able to understand how you can able to do that. Now, when you have done the model, you have done the entire modeling that this is the model you have found out. Now, this is the predictions you got. Now, you have to validate the model that whether you made that model, how your model is strong to do that proper data analysis. So that time what you have to do, you have to go for the model validations part, by which you can able to evaluate your model and you can able to understand that whether your model is fine or not. Okay. And after that model deployment, then you have to go for the deployment of the model. You got to get the feedbacks, and after that you'll be going for the predictive analytics, means you'll get the predictions as well as you'll be going for the prescriptive analytics. Okay, so three way we mainly do the analytics. First will be the descriptive analytics, then the predictive analytics, and after that it will be a prescriptive analytics. Descriptive analytics means when you deal with the historical data, means the past data, to predict our present scenario. Predictive will be the predictions, and as per the predictions, whenever you're going for the recommendations part, business recommendations part, that's called the predictive analytics. So three steps is very much important for the data science, and each and every sectors is required this kind of proper analytical steps, so that everybody can able to understand their proper growth, as well as they can able to do the proper decisions making. Okay, so guys, any idea, any doubts, any confusion?
No.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, another example I like to give, like everybody is doing Facebook, correct? Facebook, WhatsApp, everything. So each and every seconds, each and every milliseconds, billion of billions message were transferred, right? We share lots of pictures, lots of messages. So how it's possible? How it's possible that the that particular things able to understand that what is going on, and they will to transmit the data properly? It's because of that particular machine learning system and the data science bit for the data science. Okay, they can able to understand that minute data, and they calculate it properly, and as per the calculations they are going to blast it. Okay, so the Facebook, Google, WhatsApp, everything is totally depends on that particular large volumes of data, and they can able to go for the different particular platforms. Okay, so that's why the data analysis and data science is very much required, because whenever we do working on the large industry, like each and every industry is dealing with the millions billions of data. They're having lots of data, lots of things. So nowadays it's not possible for us to maintain the data so much way, so that you can get the, means there is no so much of time also. Suppose your manager, your clients told you that give me the 3 years of data, I like to see the reports. 3 years means 36 months. So your manager is not having so much of time to evaluate of 36 months of report. So you have to make a certain reports, and certain one particular report, that all the 36 months report will be accumulated on that particular sectors. It's called the dashboard. Okay, dashboard reporting, it's part of the analytical reporting. Like why it's required, like whenever you like to see the large amount of reports, large amount of data in one particular single shot. Okay, like you'll be going to make a report as per the and 3 years of analysis with the charts and graphs so that your manager can evaluate the data immediately. Okay, so that's why it's very much required how you can able to analyzing it, how you're going to visualize it, and how you can make the reports, because every companies and each and every day we are making the reports, right? So we have to know as an analysis or data scientist how the report will be much more concrete and easier to understand. Okay, so we have to see the size of the data, we have to go for the processing, and then we're going to do that. Okay, now you can see this particular things. These are all, they're all different sources. We're going to get the data and we have to do the manipulations properly. We will be going to go for the marketing automations. There'll be lots of audio, video, photo, different mobile app is there. So everything it depends on the data science and the machine learning systems. Every time you get the data, we have to calculate the data, we have to manipulate the data. As per that analysis, we have to predict it, and then you have to immediately have to prescribe it. Okay, like the face detections, from the face detections, from fingerprint detections, each and every things is totally depends on the machine learning artificial intelligence. Okay, so it's not a rocket science to understand it. You have to understand the basic level from things so that how we can able to do the analysis, you can able to see. And everything nowadays, previously lots of statisticians do the lots of complex calculations to understand it properly and to take out the also for the future predictions. Okay, but right now we do have the softwares. By the softwares we can able to easily do the calculations, and you can able to plot the data properly and get the proper solutions as well. Okay, so those who are working in banking sectors, they can easily go for the terms can be changed. It can be uh, risk analyst, financial analytics, this kind of things. They can easily go on the particular sectors. Those who are on the IT, they can easily go as a data analytics, business analytics, data scientist, machine learning expertise. Lots of opportunities is there. Those are from the triple E background. They also they can easily go for the analytical platforms, electrical analytical platforms. Mechanical sectors also, those are coming from the mechanical sectors, they can go for the mechanical platforms like R and Python is very much useful in the mechanical and other technical platforms itself. Okay, so it's not necessary, as I mentioned, that you have to come in from the technical or you have to come from the computer science background. It's required for each and every department, and everybody can easily understand it and can easily learn it. Okay, so in for your future, the data science is very much important. So you can, if you learn it properly, you can easily get the future prospect and you can easily conquer the world. You can get a good opportunity in the market as well, because nowadays uh, it's very much booming, lots of opportunity, and there is no recessions as well in the data science platform, because it's not depends on any kind of project, because it depends on the data, and every company is following the data and they're going to have to do the analysis properly. Okay, so now guys, over to you. If you have any kind of doubts, please ask me. Any questions?
No, you can proceed.
Okay, achieving software development in industrial automation field. When I change the domain to data science, my experience is automation is very useful. Yeah, Shiban, it's obviously useful since you're in automation sectors. Is you can easily cope up in that particular data science. You can easily learn it, and the 3 years experience you'll be having, it's really working for you. And yes, it's you will be going to change the domain, but whatever the job you have done in the automation sector is not going to null and void. It will be counted, so you can easily work on that as well. Anyone having any other questions?
Hello.
Yes.
Where can we find the source for this data science to learn it completely?
Sorry, could you please repeat the question once again?
What is the source of learning data science? Means like any other means like Coursera, Udemy, any of them, or else you can provide any courses like this data science for learning data science,
See,
complete
we
data science.
is we provide the data science master course, okay,
Okay.
where we'll be completing all the modules, okay. And to be very frank and honest, you can learn it from any different sources from Udemy and all those stuffs, but you are not able to understand over there because there is no such trainer will be there with you. It's just
Huh?
recorded versions, so it's very tough to understand over there, okay.
So,
So web drills, like we are providing the entire training from the basic to advanced level, and all
okay.
the modules will be covering up in the data science master program.
Data science master program.
Yes,
Anything we need to pay for that?
that you need to contact that particular person. I think Pavan. Okay, you
Okay.
can
Thank you.
contact him. He will tell you all the things properly.
Okay. Thank you.
For the freshers, it's very much helpful. Okay, I'll give the answer one by one. The freshers is very much helpful because, as I mentioned, the job opportunity is very high, and it's not mandatory that you have to have experience on that and then only you get the proper job. If you're a fresher, you can start from the junior level, like lots of opportunities there, like junior data science, junior business analytics, junior data analytics. So you can go for that, and as per you gather the experience, you can get the much more better opportunities over there. Okay, and what's a course period? See, Simin, there is modules, different is there. We do have data science with R, data science with Python, SAS, as well as the master program. The master program, it will take some time. It will be going to complete by all the modules. It will take to complete like 3 to 4 months. And if you go for only R, it will take near about 1 month to complete. Python is also 1 month, and Tableau, it will be completed by 1 month itself. But the entire master program, it will take 3 to 4 months of time, and we also give some assignments and the project as well that you need to complete. Yes, Shivans, we provide that job assurance and we assist candidates. We assist for the CV building, from the CV building for the mock interviews, from the real-time interviews as well. So after the training, you'll be getting all those help from us as well. Any more question? Hello. Job assistance with job guarantee. See, Shivans, like we'll be going to help you from till extent, but for the interviews, you have to sit for the interviews, right? We are not going to sit on behalf of you. So you have to learn it properly and you have to face the interview and you have to perform for the interviews. So job guarantee, we're not going to say because we are not going to go for the interviews on behalf of you. To be very frank, you have to perform in the interview both. For the interview part, we're going to help you. We can going to give you the interview options, but you have to perform in the interviews. Other courses, yes, we do have some other courses. What kind of courses you're talking about? We do have different courses. Yes, as I mentioned that it will be going to, we have the Python, we have the Java. Okay. So different, you can go for separate module as well. You can go for the master program as well. And yes, we do provide Java training as well. I like to give you the brief descriptions about what kind of training we do have. Like we do have advanced Excel, SQL, SAS, R, Python, Tableau. We do have digital marketing. We do have the like Java. We do have DevOps. We do have other AWS. Okay, so we do have different technical, also non-technical training as well.
Hello.
Yes.
After learning Python, what will be better to learn uh, for the people studying second year BTech?
Uh, After learning Python,
Yeah.
see if you like to very much interested in the data science, you can go for R
Okay.
and Tableau. Okay.
Will Java be useful for data science?
Uh, to be very honest, Java is not so much useful in data science. It will be useful for the mainly software development part, but
Okay.
R, Python, Tableau will be very much useful. Okay.
But our language is also useful for any other things other than data science, so that it will be all round thing. Means if we learn our language.
Yes, if you learn about R and Python, it's total means you do not have to know anything.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else?
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, we have a small doubt regarding webinar because every week webinar will be conducted or else every day it will be conducted.
See, a webinar we conducted in time gap. Okay.
Okay.
So it will be not every day will be conducted. Mainly after 10 days or after 15 days it will be conducted. Okay.
Okay. What is the
And
time for each session?
it will be completed by 1 hour. And for entire the training part, that you need to contact Pavan. You have his email ID or any contact number?
No, we don't. Can you please give his number?
Yeah, I just write down his email ID in the chat box to everyone.
Okay. 1 second. Okay. pavan.webdrills.com. pavan.
And this is his number.
We directly we directly contact him.
Yeah, you can contact him. Okay.
Okay. But one of said that after every webinar session is conducted, we'll be getting a certificate. Is it true?
Yes, like those who were attending, so you'll be getting this webinar attending certifications.
Now
Okay.
for this session also we'll get a certificate.
Yes, for these sessions also you'll be getting the certificate.
Means
Okay.
how we'll get that certification?
That Pavan will be helping you. You just contact Pavan. He'll be going to help you all the details, as well as for the training session, how the modules, what will be the modules, the duration, everything.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. Hope you have enjoyed the session. So you contact Pavan, and Pavan also going to contact you. Okay, and you give the feedback to him then. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.